Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. It's Alan from WallStreet, It's April 1st, 2015. You're looking at my whole trading day right here. The market, basically, if you look at it, you can see it was really just ranging most of the day. Not any very many really good setups, but we'll take a look at the market and kind of go over what happened. Basically, sitting down at the computer this morning, I drew this trend line off the low from the overnight low, and it did come into play a little bit throughout the day. After hitting this trend line bounce, we started getting some higher lows, but the order flow just wasn't there to really get me to want to enter any of the trades. We came up here, kind of topped out here. You see I started marking these lows off as we started making lower highs. So at this point I'm thinking I'll try to find a good valid short setup maybe, but we're still, the order flow just was not there. The market sold off real quick, made a low right here, and came back up, started making some a little tight little range right here. So I drew this darker blue box, thinking might be able to get a range break to come back up and retest this high. That's really what I was looking for at this point. I was hoping this would come back up, order flow would pick up, and I could take this to the top side. But it didn't happen. We had a talking head come in and kind of spooked the market a little bit. Drove us back down to this low. We have equal lows right here. And at first I was looking at taking this to the short side, but you can see I have marked here near-term resistance. So what happened is, let me get rid of these crosshairs. What happened here is the market started to break down. I'm looking to make sure that I have enough room for my trade to complete. And when I look down here at this past near-term resistance, it's only just a couple pips away. So if I would have went short here, I would have run into this resistance. So that kind of nullifies taking that trade. So that trade was skipped. The market bounced here, this equal low, and came back up into our range. At this point, looks like we may continue back up and maybe retest this again. Still looking for. And since we're back in the range, I decided to go ahead and take this first break. It's also an inside the range break right here. Took this to the long side, and I'm only looking to get really about 3 to 4 ticks out of it, because I wanted to close the position time we got up here if it looked like the market might turn. So that's really all I was looking for, and excuse me, that's what I got. Once I got into the trade, I managed to get out with 4 ticks on it. So the trade went real well. It went just exactly as planned. The market then came back down here to eventually do a range break short right here, but I skipped this one here. Still, because of those order flow, the orders just weren't there. So that trade was skipped. And when you have these tight ranges, if you can't see the orders coming in, you can expect most of your setups are going to fail. So you really want to sit on your hands when you have this kind of a ranging market. But there were evidently some people that did short right here. Some bears jumped in and tried to short, and the market eventually came back up, and you could see got into a little congestion right here. And at this point, the bears, I think, realized they're trapped. They got out. You see that big bear, the big bullish candle right here? It's probably those bears getting out. Just retail traders, bearish retail traders, probably getting out right here at this point, closing their position. The market came back up. I've got this trend line drawn off the highs back here. The market came back up and formed this double top right here. This happened to be also the US Open. So we sit on our hands for just a minute or two and see if the U.S. traders are able to take us in a different direction, which the U.S. traders were able to break this support finally. And that brought us down to our low of the day. We have a support here at the 50 level. So now we're getting down into this 50 level area where we might look for a trade to the 50 level, but really there's still no setups. The order flow wasn't there yet. So nothing to really convince me to take any trades. Let's get this to work here. There we go. We had some news come out here, 10 o'clock, and still no good order flow. So at this point, I decided to, well, we did have a first break short right here. I didn't take it, but it would have been a valid first break short if anyone would have wanted to jump in there. But that was really about it for the day. So we had the one good trade that I took at the inside range break back there earlier for 4 ticks, and this would have been a valid short right here, but at this point I'm looking to call it a day because there's just not enough participation in the market for me to be interested in jumping in anymore. So that was the end of the day right there. Eventually, of course, the market did come back up, try to retest that high that we expected earlier. But overall, you know, the 4 ticks, I'll just go ahead and take that, bank it, and come back tomorrow and try again. So y'all have a good trading day, and hopefully you make a lot of pips.